Hello, my name is Sky, and I'm going to be reading a piece titled, I Pray That You Pass On Safely. You were 7 years old, missing teeth, growing hair, bursting mirth. It was just you, your mother, and your younger sibling, living as the earth's children in the womb of the bush. You loved it. You loved the smell of the gum leaves, the crunch of twigs beneath your feet as you explored behind your home. You even loved the thick, wiry limbs of the huntsman that skittered inside to say hello every summer. Your mother despised spiders. Whenever she caught a flash of black or brown or grey in the corner of her eye, she'd screech a certain screech, and you would come tearing into the room, glass and paper in hand, trying to coax the gentle beasts into the safe haven. "It's better like this," you'd plead as the terrified huntsman scrambled into the corner of the ceiling. "Get into the cup before Mum gets the bug spray." Death devastated you. You had a special prayer you'd utter, an invisible way to hold the hand of whatever poor creature your mother had killed from the fear of things unlike herself. You would whisper this soft prayer and hold the corpse to your chest. You'd weep, holding the sobs inside yourself so your mother wouldn't hear. Then you would bury them in the bush after she'd fallen asleep on the couch. You were a protector. From the moment of your birth, you'd taken it upon yourself to guard the entire world from anything bad. And the thing you wanted most to safeguard from harm was your younger sibling. They were a tiny, delicate thing. When you'd held them in your arms for the first time, they'd still been slick from the birth, fluids drenching their newborn swaddle. They'd gurgled, wriggling around, and you'd thought, they're like a tiny little bird. Even as they grew, they were still covered in blonde, almost white baby hairs, like the down of a duckling. But as you'd grown older, you'd learned just how big the world was, just how many bad things there were in the world, and you'd struggled. When your sibling passed, too young, you'd whispered that same long-ago prayer, the air expelling from your chapped lips to hit the sleek surface of their closed casket. In those moments, under the veil of indescribable grief, you realized saving a spider was far different to saving a human. Then, you lost the ability to save even yourself. You stopped trying to save anything at all. Thank you.
Well, it's not my rodeo, so I can demonstrate authority, but do I have the authority to take, you know? Language Rematriation, an excerpt for Black and Bright by Isabel Papadruk Morphy Walsh. A woman holds her grandchild. She begins to talk, allowing her words to envelop the baby. Mandanai, embrace. Winrapa Gurun. Bambanga banga nyarwan. Winrapa gurun. Bambanga nyarga marambiki. Negabin nyargi marambina winrup. Gurunwa bangawan. Nyam bandin. Bambanga mangmang marambik. Dern marambina. Gurun burned up. Liwik jahajering. Ba liwik yambian. Dindi liwik mangan marambina. Taramwa tui, mangan big guren galk, marambena gajil. Wanda wa, dernang wa, marambena dernang barandap. Garnable war, marambena. Marambena big mordiak, marambenu gand garang. Bubup. Gyanik marambena. Dini marambena, gyambiam. Dini marambena burned up wa. Dindi marambena ngara. Dindi marambena nyarliwa. Dindi marambena nyara wa. Bubup. Gyanik marambena. A woman holds her grandchild. She begins to talk, allowing her words to envelop the baby. Mandanai, embrace. I know who you are. Who you are, I have always known. Who you are, I will always know. If you forget who you are, do not hold on to fear, for I will always remember. Your mind is magic, good, right, full of joy, beauty, and strength. The ancestors fought and loved to make you. Your body is made from wood and clay. You belong to country. You take up your space. Your space is right and good and true. Your space belongs to you. You are but country experiencing itself. You have and hold a voice. Your voice is magic, good, right, joyous, strong, beautiful. Hold no fear. You matter. Your voice matters. Baby, I love you. All of you is loved. All of you is magic, good, right, joyous, beautiful, strong. All of you is known. All of you is seen. All of you is heard. Baby, I love you. A woman holds her grandchild. She begins to talk, allowing her words to envelop the baby. Mandanai, embrace. Bubub, Gyanich marambina. Dindi marambina, Gyan bian. Dindi marambina, burned up wa. Dindi marambina, ngara wa. Dindi marambina, naglich wa. Dindi marambina, ngara wa. Bubub, Gyanich marambina. Thank you. Just my last little note for context. I work on language rematriation, and so that is a poem exploring that it's taken 4 generations only to get language back.
Thanks so much, Isabel.
Hello, I'm Chloe. I'm going to be reading my piece, Broken Glass. I lie in my room bathed in shadows and desolation. A single ray of light from broken curtains shines a beacon of iridescence across a wasteland of senescent sorrow. I used to think you were that light ray, the one golden beam streaming in to protect me from anything, my person. People say walking on eggshells. With you, it's more like walking on broken glass. I still have to be careful, tiptoeing around your fragile feelings. Don't let the glass shatter any further. Don't let the cracks make a sound. Don't let it cut any deeper than it has to. The edges still tear into my flesh, leaving scars and wounds hidden, guilt-ridden. That's what you made me. You weren't my person. You were my poison. That distant feeling of something welling up, a pit in my chest, like tendrils, coarse granules of sand swirling, squeezing around the core of my very existence, suffocating, preventing any chance of me escaping. The feeling spread throughout my chest, branching out, up my arms to the tips of my fingers, stomach, skin, bones, aching with desperation, wondering why. Why couldn't you be there for little me, being a protector like you promised? I saw through your dishonesty, your vile lies. Everyone called me insane, and you couldn't refrain from grinning because you know what you are. They told me that I loved you. Well, I despise that word. Love doesn't mean a thing, because you can love someone you don't like. You can love someone you hate. And I did, and I still do. Tear me down, break me apart, rip me limb from limb, leave me hanging by a thread. You don't get to win. I don't need you to be my ray of light. Don't pretend you're trying to fight for me. Well, now you're caught, showing no remorse, and everyone sees your heinous deceit. Call me a villain, but in the end, I'm free from shards of your broken glass. Thank you.
Hi everyone, my name's Leigh Maloney. I'm the yarn bomber for this session. This is a piece called Tugumbengir. There's a long beach walled by sand dunes with death adder burrows. Frothing tides reach for the dancing she-oaks over the wall. Seagulls ride the whistling wind from one end to the other. There's a calm river born from the tall mountains. Freshwater carves through the pastoral valleys to the sea where it is inhaled by hungry riptides. There's a dark rainforest filled with ferns, fungi, and lyrical lyrebirds. Memories of an ancient time, not so long ago, hides under the moss. Water falls into a pool so clear it looks like tears. There's a stagnant swamp housing thousands of chattering fruit bats. When the sun touches the grey mountains, the thousands flee into the last rays of light. For hours, the pastel sky is speckled by dark wings fading west. There's a round headland poking into the endless blue. Humpback whales wave as they migrate by. Tide pools overflow with pieces of the ocean, blue-ringed octopuses and empty seashells filled with voices. There's a tall hill covered in brick houses and a tarmac street. Stand in the gutter to watch the sun fall asleep, tucked into the mountains. Gilladara paints the heaven reaching clouds with hues of dusk. There's the island, whose history is obscured by greens. Some of them elders grew up there with the rustling she-oaks and swelling river. They remember the bodies buried beneath the golf course. There's a haunted estuary dyed brown by tea trees hanging off the banks. Nan never let us stay there when nighttime called out. A wounded goanna swims through the medicine water. There's a massive midden tracking millennia of movement. Old people walk, eat, and record their presence. They've been there since the beginning. Here now they hold me dear and whisper in my ear. Here I stand with granite bones, saltwater tears, and ochre red blood. The deep ocean within me begs to be reunited with homeland. Ancestors swim in my depths, illuminating the darkness like stars. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Ari. I'm a proud Nungu and Kukulunji person, and I'm sharing a work I did with Nangamai Mana Jurali, Dream Gather Grow. And the title of this work is called Personless Love. Faceless profiles confess that they find my body desirable. They say how my skin glows. Indeed, it radiates faster than my wit can come to terms with our meet-up arrangement. I'm curious as to where the stranger can lead me through some curvature of my own body. I myself do not know the whereabouts to. See, in personless love, it removes the fear of attachment, because I can't love someone without a heart. But I can love the person they see me to be, for in that spare moment, I am purpose without a journey. Because we've already arrived. They're finished, they're done for the night, until they need their next hit of brief love to sustain themselves. Sustaining by performance, selling a show abandoned by their bedded truths, while masquerading their lies that they never loved this body. Ceasefire now, free Palestine, justice for my sister McKaylee Watts Owens. Thank you.
Hi, my name's Moira. I'm a Yoda Yoda and Bunurong transsexual writer and poet and artist. I'm your yarn bomber for this session. I'm going to write you a poem, even. I'm going to read you a poem called Entwined Roots. It's a poem I first read at the Black Palestinian Solidarity Rally. Sorry, a bit tongue-twisted. And yeah, then you get to have your amazing panel right after. Entwined Roots. Freedom is when gum tree grows old, tall and proud, when an olive tree ripens with hope, thick branches sheltering us from the worst of the heat and the rain. Freedom is our brothers, sons, husbands and fathers, vibrant and laughing, the sound more beautiful than any harp or choir. Freedom is water, fresh, clean, running. Freedom is food in my belly and somewhere to call home. Freedom is when a sky is just a sky and a rock just a rock. Freedom is two arms linked as I stand shoulder to shoulder, pledge my solidarity alongside you, our chests synchronized as we breathe in together, free, alive, and sovereign, from tomorrow until forever. Thank you.